Yes, the
The
Storm.
Storm.
Okay, so let's go into like female game characters,
All right.
because that might be something you know a little bit
Mickey
better.
surveyed this new world, he noticed colossal storm clouds gathering in
I
the
could
sky.
obviously go towards the most obvious
The rain
one,
would hold off long
but
enough for
you
him
are
to
not
make it
actually
back to
familiar
the
with that
castle.
series, and that is Metroid. You are not that familiar with Samus Aran, except for you are a Smash Brothers fan.
Yes.
So you know her from that.
Yes.
Maybe that's one of those things we will have to do at some point.
Oh, at some point.
Please let Andrea know that you want to see her opinion on Metroid. The other more popular characters that I could obviously bring up is Princess Peach. Everybody knows Princess Peach.
Yes, Princess Peach. I'm not saying that I don't really fancy her as much, but I get her role in the game is where she's always being kidnapped by Bowser, and Mario has to go and save her.
But you don't like that.
Well, it's an okay, but it's kind of usually the redundant. If you say that there is a character that I like in a game that I would be Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
Oh my gosh! A game that we just recently played.
Yeah. Or maybe some of the female characters in Uncharted.
The way that you've kind of pointed it out to me is there's one you like. The other one you're not so keen on. And I can't remember her name again right off the top of my head.
Well,
it's not Chloe. It's the other one that you liked, per se.
I liked, oh great, now I can't even remember the name.
Exactly! That's the problem, is she's kind of...
It's like one of those things...
She's a wallflower, really, in the game series. Because she gets brought up, and yeah, she has an interest with the character Nathan Drake, but she doesn't get brought up that often. As kind of the love interest. It's really a lot of people like Chloe because she's the same as Nathan to some extent. She's an adventurer.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find where to go here, and I am failing, apparently.
I thought you had to drop down the center somewhere.
That might be the case.
I remember you had to drop down the center of one area.
Let's try here.
No, that wasn't it.
Nope, that's not it. So let's try over here. See if this helps.
No, I think go to the right.
Ah.
Oh.
Oops. Ow.
Now those fish remind me of, like I said, the fish from Donkey Kong that like to chase you. The lockjaw.
I'm afraid we can't mention that because there's way too much controversy around Rare and Microsoft right now.
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
that one. I thought it was this one.
Could be.
And then go straight down.
Okay.
And I think down that way.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
See, it's good to have my wife here because then she can remember the stuff I'm not.
Deep underground.
Alright.
Mickey
Oh yeah,
wondered
this
what
puzzle,
sort
and you
of
had to
subterranean
push the right button.
Nope.
strangeness he was
And
about
it's not
to
the same as
encounter.
before, so we'll have to make sure to get the right stuff. There we go.
There we go.
So you like Lara Croft, you like whomever the girl in Uncharted is, when we remember her name. What in particular, since you're not coming up with any other characters, what is it you don't like in female characters in games? Because maybe we can use that and basically say, okay, well, this is a character that you would like.
Unless you like Jack from Mass Effect 2.
Oh no, I do not.
She's a very interesting character.
It's funny because we just barely started playing Mass Effect 2 and you just met her.
Yeah.
So you don't know like half the conversation topics I've had with her, and I beat the game. Oh, Jack. You're such a
I
pain
wonder
in the
how
butt.
she got the name Jack.
I think at some point you find out, and it's nothing special.
Oh.
It really isn't. It's just, she's supposed to be kind of the female dark and brooding character, and fails horribly at it.
Well, I still kind of think she reminds me of Ventress by the looks.
Yeah, Asajj Ventress from Clone Wars. speaking of a series that you actually need to pick up, because I actually just barely finished it.
I'm planning to watch it. I'm right now just in the Pretty Little Liars series right now.
Yep. Just because she's a gamer, guys, does not mean she doesn't have her own interests. Okay? Nothing bad with that. But again, so characteristics of a main character or a female character you wouldn't like.
I wouldn't like?
Yes. Because then we can play process of elimination here.
Probably just,
As Mickey swung
I
past
cannot think
the
of a
giant
great
carved
series
duck,
that
he
there was
remembered
one that I
Donald's
actually
advice on
disliked.
adventures. Never have 'em.
Here's another good one. You're a Kingdom Hearts fan.
yes.
And there are a lot of main female characters. I know them from the Final Fantasy series, but you don't. So, any of them you would like in particular?
I like Yuffie, if that's how you pronounce it.
Why do you like Yuffie?
I don't know. She just seems like a person that
Is kind of like wants to make a joke of something, and you know.
Yeah, you've kind of gotten the Kingdom Hearts treatment of her, and she's been watered down in Kingdom Hearts. She's very perky, and where in Final Fantasy VII, where she was introduced, she was borderline annoying. So you like Yuffie? Who else?
And I really like Kairi in the second game. Or
Okay.
when after, you know, the second game, you know, she seems kind of like, you know, she's wanting to get more involved if she can, you know.
Yes, and she's a Kingdom Hearts specific character. Okay. What about like the Final Fantasy characters? So Aerith. It's actually Aeris, but I'm not gonna nitpick that right now. Crap. I swear, guys, I know how to play games. There we go.
Well, I guess I would have to play the Final Fantasy to get the full portrayal of her, but she's an okay character, you know.
Not one you like right off the bat, though.
Yeah, I mean, I probably like Yuffie a little bit more, but
What about Tifa?
Tifa's good,
Okay.
you know.
Because I could already tell you, as a Final Fantasy fan, nothing's really changed in their characters. They're still the same people. They just have a voice now instead of just text. And then I do know you don't really like fighting games, so a lot of the portrayals of female characters in that kind of bug you.
He was, but the next
So I'm not going to bring up like Chun-Li or Cammy, because I already know where you kind of stand with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not big into fighting games. I mean, it's good and fun to play them, but eventually you kind of get a little bored of them after a while.
Okay.
And I don't stick with it for a long period of time.
Yep. Not even Super Smash Brothers?
Now that's a little bit different just because there are characters I just love too. But the only times I like playing fighting games if I'm, you know, playing against other people. But, you know, like I said, it sometimes kind of feels redundant after a while.
Oh, and I can't even believe I forgot this because we mentioned Super Smash Brothers. We didn't mention Zelda at all. But you were kind of new to the Zelda franchise, so you don't really know a lot of her history as a character. So I don't know if you could say you like or dislike her right off the bat, unless you've already kind of come to your opinion on her.
Well, probably if I play more Zelda games, maybe it'll shed some light on how I see her as a character.
The deeper Mickey went into the ruins, the more sure he was that something or someone was watching.
I'm surprised in this game that you don't have a breathing limit.
Oh, please no. No, not even the Sonic timer here. I don't even want that.
You can add that in.
I'm not gonna add that in. That was an annoying concept of Sonic for me.
Between that and Mario, and I'm glad Donkey Kong didn't have that feature of a time limit for breathing. Banjo did.
Yes, Banjo did. And then a few other games that I can remember had time limits, but we're very, very lenient on them. Okay, well, am I going the right way? No, here we go.
I would say, like, any female character in a game or something that is a good vital role that they don't have to always play, the being, like, the damsel in distress, is the kind of character I like in a game series.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you hate the characters that do? Or...
Well, it just seems like... That just seems like, oh, well, that's a typical way of always playing a game, is there's always a girl that's, you know, always getting in trouble and stuff like that, and the male character has to go save, you know, all the time.
So it's not that you hate them.
No.
It's just you don't like how they're portrayed.
No,
Is what you're saying.
it just, you know, I mean, if you play it and then you're like, again, you gotta go through this scenario again.
So it sounds to me like the Mario games would probably be a little frustrating for you because that happens all the time. But like if you went into their spin-off Super Princess Peach, you would love that, where you get to play as Peach and she's not the one being kidnapped.
Oh, that'd be an interesting concept.
That's been done. It's a DS game.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to go dig that out and see what you think of it.
Oh, this boss.
Boss number 3.
Creaked. Mickey darted hither and yon for safety, but found nothing.
This one's become a problem.
Suddenly, the entire
This one was kind of
chamber
an
flooded.
interesting one,
Had
but
our hero's luck finally run out?
The battle
You see,
against
this was the lair.
the
third
evil
These
sea
little-
monkeys.
these little gremlin-like things. It wasn't bad at first trying to do it until the third part.
Yeah.
I would say that was the difficult.
People will find out in a second because it becomes very apparent in the gameplay of it.
But I like the music though.
No, I'm saying this game overall is very good, especially given it's a very stellar remake. I would just like to see more of this stuff. I want to go into the Capcom Disney Vault a little bit more and go dig out Chippendale's Rescue Rangers and remake that, or
No, there truly were
trying to think of Mickey's Mousecapades. Go remake that. Mickey's Magical Quest for Super Nintendo. That'd be awesome. And we might have to bring some of those into play here, or even go into something like the Disney movie tie-ins.
Those things look like they would come out of the Harry Potter series at times.
Something like that. Either that or a Mickey cartoon.
True.
I could see a series based off of them in the Disney afternoon. That's how that is. This is where things get hard, because now there's 3 of them.
And they get a little smarter on trying to catch you.
Yep, and they can pin you because there's more of them, and... Oh,
Hey,
there
you
we
actually did a lot better this time than we did on the dry run.
go. Let's not jinx it. Oh, there we go. Yay! I had a flawless run. See, guys, I can play video games.
Funny how on the first level it was a little difficult at first, but you actually almost made it perfect run on this thing.
And this was the one I had a problem with in the dry run.
True. But hey, who's never been perfect on a boss fight before?
There we go, perfect run on him.
At last, the yellow rainbow gem. Reward indeed for such courage and cunning. Mickey thought.
Imagine if Mickey pulled out a keyblade.
Exactly, that would be kind of weird, given this was earlier than that. But oh well.
Ms. Rebel was surely shaking in her boots by now.
Dang right.
Mickey had the third rainbow gem, and he was determined to get the other 4.
All right, so we've actually gone through 3 levels here, so I think we're actually going to go ahead and call it for the day, and then we will... Hey everybody, I am Drak,
And I'm Andrea.
and welcome back to our Let's Play of Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse, for the PlayStation 3, and, let's see, the last time that we actually took this on, how many levels have we taken on? I want to say, maybe 4?
I know we got done with that one level that had those aquatic bad guys that we always usually liked to.
So the storm, yeah. So at this point, and since we haven't really been up here, there we go. Okay, so now here's the thing, guys. This is actually a brand new recording session, and on top of that, we just barely got back from a trip to Colorado to see some friends get married, so we don't remember anything of what we talked about. I don't know. I would test your memory, but I don't think you remember.
I know we were just talking, and you were asking me a lot about myself, and...
So tell me about yourself. We're going to be dating again.
And you seriously want to get into that again? But there is
No,
one
I
thing
don't want to go into dating again.
Well, I
don't
do
get me
remember...
wrong, I'm a very happily married man.
Mickey found himself in a giant library, but he knew Mizrabel's books and bookworms were penning a not-so-happy ending for him.
Alright, so yeah, I think we were just talking about, like, you know, what are your favorite kind of games? What are your favorite heroes and heroines in games? Especially the heroines, because, you know, that's one of those things that, heaven forbid, you know, girls have to like. I mean, you know, you can't exactly like the heroes, right? I'm getting the memo right on that one.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But he knew Mizrabel's books.
I know you were giving me a hard time for not mentioning Pokemon as one of my favorite.
Yeah, so
franchises.
I went back and edited all of that, and then I found out that Andrea made a boo-boo because she forgot to mention, like, the one game that, like, her and me were doing when we were in high school, which was Pokemon. Because I had just barely moved back, and Red and Blue were out at the time, and Yellow was getting ready to come out, plus the anime. So at that point, I was very out of the loop, and Andrea was one of the few people, along with the Shadow Blazer himself, that actually brought me into Pokemon and helped me understand it.
Well, there's just so many different games that I've played, and you know I can't remember every single one.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, so don't mock me for
still,
that.
But I can still mock you for that. No, that's actually pretty much your RPG experience, isn't it? Because Kingdom Hearts for you came later. Pokemon was really where you kind of got your. I'm trying to think of the word.
First experience in RPG.
Yeah, it's where you were kind of tested in an RPG game. Because, and here's the thing, that's not a bad concept, because a lot of this current generation are getting into RPGs because of Pokemon. So that's not bad at all, as far as I'm concerned. And and me and Alex have talked about it numerous times during our Pokemon Let's Play when we finally tackled that.
Oh yeah.
And apparently I cannot play a game to save my life right now. You know, this is just like normal. Dang it. Okay, yeah, this is probably not the way to go. The pattern is not with me, so... Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh yeah, you had to go...
Something about that shadow seemed awful.
Oh no! Shadow Mickey! Shadow Mickey!
Mickey was in a realm of dangerous delight.
Instead of Shadow Mario, it's Shadow Mickey.
All around was a
Wait,
sea
were we
of
here?
ice-cold milkshake, but not the sort one wanted to dive into.
No, we took on the storm. We haven't taken this one on yet. This is the one that I kind of dreaded, because I'm like, ugh. This all looks so sugar coma-ish. Alright. So since you're a bit of a Nintendo fan, let's actually start there, because Nintendo actually had a lot of recent news that we didn't get to see right off the bat in person, because we were off in Colorado. But we kind of caught on with Nintendo Direct later, and lots of good announcements, especially Smash Brothers related. So, first of all, I just want to kind of gauge your opinion on what you thought of all the Smash Brothers news. First of all, the closest thing to a release date we're probably going to get. So, the 3DS version is going to come out first. And that's going to be summer of 2014, and then the Wii U version will come out next, coming out in winter 2014. Your thoughts? Should the Wii U version come out first? Or how do you think that should go?
Well, I would think, just whatever one sounds like it'd be nice to come out, I would like, everything to come out at the same time if it was me, but I guess it just depends on which one's more popular, I suppose, that's going to come out.
It's true. Now, we also got a slew of levels. In fact, I would dare say that there's probably way more levels than we've ever seen in a Smash Brothers game. I'm trying to think of a few right off the top of my head. One of them would be lots of Legend of Zelda games, or levels. A few more Kid Icarus ones. We got a lot of Mario levels. So, for example, you can go to Skyloft from Skyward Sword. You can also go to Rosalina's Garden in Mario Galaxy. So that's kind of a Rosalina level. They added a ton of levels. Have you seen some of the new ones they've added?
No, I haven't.
Actually, a few of the ones that I like are that they finally decided to add some more NES retro levels. So we actually got levels inspired by Balloon Fight and one other, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'm like, wow, I love it when these Smash Brothers games actually try to redo 8-bit in 3D, because it looks so kooky, but it looks so awesome.
Well, they'll be exciting to see.
They will. And then, obviously, we also got a bunch of character announcements. First of all, we got Charizard and Greninja that are actually... There won't be, at least to my knowledge, there will not be a Pokemon trainer this time around. You will just be playing the Pokemon like you did in Melee. So Charizard, who supposedly is one of the most picked actual Pokemon from the trainer, he's going to get his own character. And then obviously the Gen 6 water starter, who has been getting a lot of good reception, is going to be the other character. The other ones are actually kind of a revisit, but in more depth and detail, I think it's the best way to put it, because we got Sheik, who usually was just coupled with the Zelda character, and now we also have Zero Suit Samus.
Fourth rainbow gem was there for the taking. Piece of cake.
No! Shadow Mickey! No! No, Shadow! What are you doing?
Stop!
Once you fall down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
Mickey snuck up behind
Oh, that's
hero,
Shadow Mickey.
grabbed the gem and made a culinary escape.
So yeah, we got Sheik announced, and then Zero Suit Samus, which was originally kind of coupled with the Samus suit. And you kind of know my opinion on the Samus deal, but I'm going to let you kind of go into the four characters and what you thought was a good announcement and what wasn't. Just kind of go down the list and tell me if you like it or you dislike it.
Well, I'm always into new Pokemon being added to the game. As for Sheik, I will have to play that character and see what I think about it.
Oh, that's right. You haven't come across her yet. She's in Ocarina of Time. So.
Yeah, sorry, haven't gotten that far yet.
And then the Zero Suit Samus. Now, here's the thing. You are a Sega fan, so you are not...
Stand still, why don't ya?
You're not into all the Nintendo staples. You kind of discover them as I tell you. So Metroid, you have never played.
Nope.
But as far as how the character looks, do you have any objections to it?
Pretty much no.
Because you kind of noticed that was my objection with some of the criticism that character is getting right now. Because heaven forbid, that they actually modeled Zero Suit Samus after the Metroid Other M design, which I don't think is a bad thing, but apparently I am, in a class all my own, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, I can't see the difference what you were showing me, really.
Yeah, there really isn't much of a difference, right? Because you've seen Zero Suit Samus from the last Smash Brothers game, Brawl, but you looked at both of the designs and you did not see any major difference.
No, unless you think the graphics look a little bit more redefined, I guess.
See, and that's actually one of the biggest complaints that it's been getting, because the new Zero Suit Samus actually, apparently, according to the internet, has an increased bust size, which I didn't see that and you didn't see it. And then on top of that, they're complaining about the rocket boots she's going to be having, which look a lot like really high-end heels, which I looked at that image, and I think I tried to show you that, but I couldn't find one of the shoes themselves. They didn't look that bad. They looked more clunky than they looked like, you know, sexy heels or something like that. You know, like, they didn't look like high heels at all. It looked like, you know, these were supposed to be rocket boots kind of thing. And again, overall, I just don't see, you know, I'm going to get the internet against us here, hon, and I apologize, but I don't see a problem with how Samus looks. She's fine. And I even went to you because I was like, I'm double checking to see if, you know, maybe it's just me or if there actually is a problem, which I just didn't see one. And I don't get the problem that people had. Alright, let's see.
I think you gotta jump on that book.
Yes, I do.